Welcome back to Court Farms and Farming Simulator 22. Here are our chickens. It is 8 o'clock in the morning in October. Oh, check you out, friend. Bye. Let's head out here. We have slept overnight. If you remember right, we finished up mowing the grass back here on field 54 in the last episode, and we now need to rake it and or ted it. Oh no, it is here. Okay, good deal. I just want to make sure. It is starting to rain though, and that is a bit of a problem as far as it comes to, I don't know, things drying out. What's the deal? There's like one cloud in the sky? Unreal. Well, it looks like it's going to get sunny later on today, though, based on the weather there in the top right-hand corner. So I think we're going to go ahead and jump in the Massey and grab the windrower, because half of this we are just going to leave as grass. The other half we're going to ted over as hay. And so we'll go ahead and get the grass windrowed up. Doesn't matter too much to me if there's a little bit of moisture in the grass. Because we're going to go get a wrapper and we're going to wrap that up into silage and, keep that moisture in there anyway. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Later on, when it stops raining, then we will go ahead and pull the tedder out and run it over the other half of the field and get ourselves some hay bales made up as well. So we'll take this opportunity while it's raining to windrow the grass and probably run up to the store and get a wrapper. So, yeah, that's what we'll do. It is a good thing we didn't get a bigger windrower, because I don't know that a larger windrower would fit through some of these gates. So I'm going to run down here to this bottom half of the field, and I think we're just going to basically cut a line straight up the middle, or at least as close to the middle as we can get. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll do that from the bottom half here, basically. And now what we need to do is we need to make sure that this windrower is set to go the correct way. So I'm going to windrow from here. Let's move up a little bit, maybe right about here over. And kind of pull it off the hedgerow. So let's take a look at our help screen here. It looks like the windrower is a left swath right now, which I believe is the side that we want. So let's just lay that down, turn it on. Yep, there we go. Set it down on the ground. I'm a little concerned that I'm not far enough over in order to actually get it done, so we'll slide to the right just a little bit. And let's get a little bit extra light out here. That might help us be able to see what's going on as well. And let's call that close enough. So, yeah, we'll pull things off the hedgerows, and then we will run, east-west, whatever direction that would be, the long side of the field, so we get longer windrows. This is a pretty good-sized grass field. It's not huge, but it's decent-sized. I'd take it. We are going to go ahead and pick it up and run back down to the bottom side of the field and run a line straight up the field here. So we'll be at about 150 degrees or so. We'll probably run it up the field. Call that pretty well straight. Maybe it's 152 or so. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in the bottom left-hand corner in the map, there are 3 pretty important numbers there. One of them is your X position on the map. One of them is your Y position on the map. And another one is an angle. So right now we're facing 329 degrees, and I don't know if that's from north. I don't remember. I can't ever remember that kind of stuff. Come on now. But the point is, like, it gives you a directional angle. So we're going to go at about 330. Let's try and keep it at about 335 maybe. It's about parallel, although I don't feel like we're in the middle of this field right here. I think we need to move over to the right just a little bit, no matter where we started that middle run. So that just kind of can help you keep straight lines when you don't have GPS on your tractor or you don't have the mod installed, whichever one. And if I really wanted to make sure that I was in the middle of this field, and again, I don't really care enough, but if I really wanted to make sure I was in the middle of this field, I could run to this corner down here. And I am on the X coordinate there, 11, let's call it 1139. And then I could run to the other end of the field, see what X coordinate I am down there, and then, divide by 2 and end up in the middle of the field. I don't care enough to do that. But what I do care enough about is that we need to switch our swathing to the right swath. So now it'll rotate the other direction. And we will, as we head up the field at 300 and, looks like we're about 334. Let's try and keep it about 334. I have decided to go get the baler and do a little bit of baling around this field before I finish with the windrowing, because it's so tight in here that I'm going to have a hard time not screwing up the windrow I've already done. So I'm going to go grab the baler, go ahead and bale up the windrow around the edge, and then I'll come back and finish up the windrowing of the grass side before we grab the tedder and ted the other side. This is going to be a good opportunity for us to go ahead and try out the bale wagon that we've got there. Make sure that this, I think I did use the 125 centimeter bale, so that's the smallest bale that the baler will make, just to try and make sure that it fits. If we could go up to the 150, that'd be great, because stopping and unloading those 125 bales all the time is rather exhausting. So it would be good if we could go up to the 150. So we'll see how the 125s fit in here, and then we'll go from there. I'm just going to pull them out of the way for now. I don't have the wrapper still, but I think we're just going to pull them out of the way for now so that I can do the windrowing and the rest of the baling without them being in the way, is really all I'm trying to do. Oh no, that's a large one still. I forgot the last bale. We still had a bunch of straw in the baler from that last bale, so it finished it off, turned it into grass instead of straw, and left us with a big bale there. I'm going to guess that I could actually drive through this hedgerow, but I don't know. And I'm going to assume that I need to lower this to get that bale. No, don't roll away from me. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, but really, what I'm learning right now is that this was actually a terrible purchase. Oh yeah, there we go. Got her. Gotcha. What's up? Gotcha, Mr. Bale. Let's grab the rest of these, move them out of the way, and finish up with the gray and grass. I just said gray and hass work instead of hay and grass work. Woof. You know, I titled the last video a $9,000 or a 9,000 pound mistake. Ooh, we're back on dollars. Sorry. We should be in pounds still. I titled the last video a 9,000 pound mistake. It's turning out to be true. I thought it was just being silly because I ended up deciding to keep it. But it's turning out that there's definitely some truth to this being a 9,000 pound mistake. Erg. Yeah, there's a huge problem with this baler. Or with this bale trailer, rather. If you see the bales are like turning in there and stuff. That shouldn't be happening. It was a 9,000 pound mistake. I titled the wrong video a 9,000 pound mistake. Alright, game over. Time to go find a different trailer. I am done messing with this one. While we're down there, I suppose we could try and pick up a wrapper potentially. I have thoughts on that. We'll check the shop when we get there. I'll see you down there. So we got about 7,500 pounds back for that bale trailer. And now we need to think about a new bale trailer. So I figured I'd check the shop. Nothing here. I mean, lots of things that I like the looks of, but nothing here. So let's go back to our bale loaders over here. There we go. Lots of stuff to use. I'm kind of tempted to just go after this guy right here, except I can't have the gooseneck, so it would have to be the bumper pole here. That one's not bad, but really, honestly, I think I'm going to get this guy. It's 16,000, but man, it's got a lot. Oh, that's why it looks like it does in the picture. So I am concerned actually about it getting in and out of our space. So maybe we just go with like a standard small bale trailer and add some creels to it so that we can load round bales a little bit more effectively. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to get a standard trailer and go from there. The other thing that we needed was a bale wrapper. And I don't know much about the wrappers, but these trail behinds are fine. What I wanted to look at was this one right here. So this wrapper will wrap the small bales that we've got up to 150 centimeters. And it goes on a 3-point attacher and front loader. So there's a telehandler, 3-point and front loader. I think we go with the 3-point and front loader. We could put that on the front of the tractor. We could wrap the bale. The telehandler could come grab it. I think that's what we're going to use. We are burning through our funds. Boy, how embarrassing is it going to be if, like, in the second episode, I have to be like, oh, well, we're going to restart a series because I'm bad at remembering that I'm recording this for people and should be a little bit careful about how much money I'm spending and what the heck I'm doing. Ugh. I guess at the end of the day, if I needed to sell a tractor, I could. But I don't really want to. I think if we can get some of these bales wrapped up and get some silage going, I don't think we're going to have a problem with funding. So let's get back to the farm. Let's start wrapping, baling, and getting them loaded up. And the hay is all loaded up. That was a long day of grass work, but we've got silage bales fermenting over here, and I've left them out because they do have to take some time here. So if we take a look at it, it's only 12% fermented, so there's no real point in loading these up. They can sit out here for as long as we need. Oh, I should have loaded up that grass bale. And the hay is here. So let's take a look at, you can tell I'm not a great hay stacker here. Let's check out the, oh, there we go. Okay, let's say, can that one not get strapped down? There we go. Let's check out the prices for hay. Hay prices. Oof, 179 liters at Long Meadow Bales. What's the price fluctuation? In January, we get up to 186. You know, at 7 pounds per 1,000 liters, I'm comfortable going ahead and selling these. Let's head up to Long Meadow Bales. This is a pretty lovely drive up here, and got to see quite a bit of the countryside. Oh, finally a gate that is wide and will be easy to go through. Lots of back roads, couple of bridges over a little creek and things like that. Pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and pop over the sell point here and get out and unstrap everything now. And say, as they unstrap, we should start selling things. Looks like we had a 1,679, 9,000, 3,000, and another 1,649. So 9, 10, 14, somewhere in the 15,000 range for that 85,000 liters of hay. I'm stuck. That's what I am. I'm stuck. This is ridiculous. Sorry. So anyway, yeah, 15,000 pounds roughly for a day's work. I'm not going to shake a finger at that, you know. It's pretty good. We'll head back to the farm and see what's next. We need to get into the fields, do a little cultivating, or at least a little planning. Maybe we'll do a little planning this episode. And then in November, which would be the next month, we'll dive in and start doing some cultivating and preparing our fields for the next harvest. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but I've done a little bit of counting, and there are about 49. If we can get $560 per 1,000 liters on these silage bales, we've got about $49,000 sitting in that field right now. So as I sit and stress out maybe a little bit about our money woes, as I mentioned down at the shop earlier, maybe there's less to worry about because we got some good money there, and we just got some good money from the hay. So, you know, overall, again, we're talking about $64,000 worth of work just today, which not bad. Not bad at all. It is 8 a.m., raining, and still just crazy dark. I don't understand why it's so dark at 8 a.m. I'm still shocked at how dark it is, but the good news is we were able to grab the roller while we were here at the shop and haul it up at the same time that we grabbed our bale grabber. Our silage bale grabber, our wrapped bale grabber. So that is fantastic. And it's going to probably be a slow ride home because this thing really doesn't have the horsepower to even just pull this implement, let alone work it. But we're at least going to get it back in one fell swoop. So when we get back to the farm, we'll put together a plan for what November, the rest of this month, is going to look like. And probably also what we're going to plant in the spring. This is the wheat field that we harvested in our very first episode, 1.91 hectares, although the field is only 1.49. So this is one of the fields that we will plant with an arable crop in the spring, and we'll need to decide what we want to do. Now, we are going to have to plant in the spring because this is the last month that we can plant anything.
although wheat, barley, canola can all get planted in the spring as well. So we do need to remember that just because we don't get it planted now, really everything is still an option in the spring. Let's go check out the other field. This is field 57, 4.57 hectares. And so that's about 3 times larger than the other field. So this one is going to produce a lot of crop for us. So we need to decide what we're going to plant. So let's take a look at prices. Again, we know that everything is possible. We can take a look at prices. We can think about animals, what we want to do with animals, and we should also, think about what's going to produce. So we already have a lot of wheat. We did barley. Oat is probably the best cereal grain of the three when you look at prices. You get some in the 2000s, and in fact, if we come in here, oh, they're over what the high price is. But it's the highest price of the cereal grains by 2000. Even if we check sorghum, we're 400 more there. Canola is a great one at 2187, and soybeans would be the other one at 3711. That one would be huge for us. The reason that I skipped to soybeans is because wheat, barley, oat, canola, sorghum, and soybeans are the 6 crops that we can harvest with our combine header. If we go to corn, sunflowers, we'll need to get a different header. Potatoes, sugar beet are going to require a completely different set of harvesting equipment, as will grapes and olives. So those are kind of out of the question. Sunflowers and corn we could do potentially. It probably wouldn't cost too much for that header. Ooh, boy. I wonder how many eggs we'll have by November. Yeah. All right. So I think that we should do a cereal crop in one. That'll get us some more straw, although we've got a lot of straw already. But like you get the cereal crop, you get the straw, you can sell both. I think that's good. And then maybe we do soybeans get up to 3711 in July. So we would need to hang on to those soybeans for a while. Yep, let's do that. Soybeans in the big field, and we'll do, I think, oat in the small field. So that will be our plan. We'll start getting fields prepped in the next episode and make sure that we have everything that we need for the spring months. We'll be skipping through most of the winter, basically, because there really won't be much for us to do. And we'll get into the spring. What do we have here? 117 kilograms. All right. Well, hopefully that'll get up to 1,000 here, and we'll be good to go. All right. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, here on Court Farm, I hope you stay happy, hope you stay healthy, and keep growing.